Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is a daily reading and we're just going to throw some cards and see what comes out. Maybe get you some insight for the day. Maybe help you transmute some energy. Hopefully choosing a higher timeline. So divinity and passion. It says, recognizing the divine in the mirror. Passions turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Sacral, and that would be crown. Exhaustion. What's been the current, that's too many. We can do that again. Pretty sleepy. Postponement, pretty dull. Within fragments of the overall structure of like what's been taking place. I also find it very interesting that there's two window looking boxes, right? That's too many, guys. I just want one. Sorry. Only one. Last situation of what's been going on. Okay, fine. Thank you. So courage, ordinariness, and trusting. Whatever. Thank you. Trust and action, appreciation, anxiety. There's something with a no more anxiety and a gratitude list. Yeah, the more that you're swaying away, like when you're in your action, instead of like feeding into the exhaustion that you're currently in, or that you have been in. That's way too many, guys. That's fine. They just said to show you. So it's the Emperor, the Four of Earth, Page of Air, Two of Water, the Star, the Five of Fire, the Awakening, the Eight of Fire, and the Three of Fire. Somebody's jumping off of a deep end of like what's been in the works. But there could be somebody who's been like working on projects or creating like arts and crafts or kind of finding your way to play. Is really kind of stepping you into this exalted alchemist, transmuter, seer, guide. Like, it's almost like when you're in flow and you're finding your peace in creation, it accesses some kind of a higher wisdom, putting you in a state of peace. It's almost like you're starting to create the reality that you desire, and it's allowing you to step into your divinity through the passions that you have, right? And so it's not the fact that like you're basic or you're ordinary or that you're like, it's because like the daffodil is a very ordinary plain white flower with like yellow center, right? It's not like super potent in its floral. To where cherry blossoms are on the exact opposite, right? Cherry blossoms are very potent. You can smell them blocks away. And there's something to that. There's like understanding the dichotomy of the balance within self, of like the potency and the softness, and that balance of like being very intellectual in your fifth dimensional, ninth dimensional reality, right? But also being heart-centered in your consciousness, and working out of your Christ consciousness in regards to that connection to gratitude, of thanking the Creator for like the blessings that you do have unfolding around you. Yeah. Guides to help work with the exhaustion, clearings, and anxiety, please. Thank you. Anybody else? Thank you. So when you do find waves of anxiety, or you do find waves of where you're tired for no reason, right? Like, it's not like you've been overexerting yourself or you've been staying up super late, but you're just wiped out, right? Whether or not it's because of like the energetic frequencies, whether or not it's like what you're releasing within your charts, what's happening in the planets, or whether it's, you know, those around you, right? If you're a very empathic soul, you're obviously picking up a lot more. So say you're around somebody who has a lot of heaviness in their chart, you're going to pick that up. You're going to pick up that energy. You're going to feel that emotion. So courage and bravery, right? Allowing yourself to step into this. It's like a cosmic rebirth into like the royalty of who you are, of what you are, of like the understanding the lessons are the lessons you picked, and kind of getting clarity on the anxiety, that the anxiety wasn't even your anxiety, right? And as you get more clarity into the how people are projecting onto you, and there's some kind of a key in regards to, as you are in your creative energy, these energies cannot impede your space, because you're instantly like picking up your vibration through the creation of what you're implementing or what you're executing, whatever that may be for you, right? Again, this is just what they're showing me. So that's kind of an aspect that is unfolding currently, in today's energy. What, anything else? So Seven of Cups, choices, and stress. So what are you... Okay, so if there's a decision, how can we better assist in getting answers into this stress today? Recognition, spirituality, partnership, trust. The angel of prophecy. So some of you are kind of worried about like where you're going, what you're doing, how you're being, and you're kind of growing very impatient, like waiting for a counterpart is what they're saying. And so like you have to know that everything's happening in divine timing as you recalibrate to like your highest potential, right? Whether or not you're in duality, walking in both vibrations, right? Or you fall back into like your old state of being, oh, I'm just like a little flower, I'm just a little bud. Like allow yourself to really step into like asking the divine to activate your foresight, to activate like your ability to see your highest timeline, right? Because I'm getting like somebody was impeding your visions, your third eye, and your dream space. And with knowledge comes power, right? And with knowledge comes strength. And so like in peace, in understanding that you picked the lesson you picked, like they also picked the lesson they picked, right? They chose to do what they did. And so as a cold gust just like hit me, But as you go through and you are understanding, just as they have choices, so do you. Just because somebody is trying to manifest you back and it's a divine connection doesn't mean that that's a decision you have to make, right? Don't negate the 9 swords that were pushed into your back. But also know that you are a queen and you're holding one, right? It's kind of like the reflection of the journey that you've been on. Not taking it lightly that those are ones, is what they said, ones that did not wish you well, that were impeding. So if they try to come back, it's with light and love, but thank you, no thank you, right? And so, like, offer gratitude, but do not take on their anxiety for them, and put up walls and barriers, right? If you don't know how to blow roses, or you don't know how to put up a hedge of protection, or the armor of God, like, those are the things that I would utilize, and then put up, like, reflectors so that you can send it back to the individuals instantaneously, and because that's going to be utilized today, right? And so I'm going to leave that there. If this resonated with you at all, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Ciao.